Hey, what's up? So we have got some work to do. I recently saw an Emma Chamberlain video. Love her videos. However, I do have a bit of an issue with the premise of a vegetarian judging fast food. Even if it is veggie burgers. You know, I had the same issue with iDubbbz doing his fast food tier review. It was like, dude, if I'm gonna watch somebody rank fast food, like, no offense, but I want it to be a fat guy, you know? I don't want it to be someone who's getting the grilled nuggets at Chick-fil-A telling me, oh, Chick-fil-A's trash. I had a buddy of mine who didn't like District Taco. And I asked him what he gets at District Taco, and he says, the quesadilla. What? You can't get the burrito at Chipotle and compare it to the fucking potato chips at another place. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And this is why you can't just let anybody do a fast food review, okay? The second part of this is I don't think I've ever eaten a vegetable in my life, which means we have to proceed and get ourselves some fast food vegetables, because that's as close as I'm going to get to any real nourishment. So we're going to do most of what Emma Chamberlain did, and I'm also we're going to try some vegetarian fast food options. That's what today's car vlog is for. I have a tripod, which I'm not using. I have a microphone that I could plug in, which I'm not using, mostly because I couldn't figure any of it out, but also because, I don't know, I just feel like this sort of thing shouldn't be too polished, you know what I mean? If I click on a fast food review and I want to see the newest thing at Popeyes or McDonald's or whatever, if I click on your video and that shit's like 4K studio lit quality, I'm not watching that video. You're going to go way too in-depth on, I want to know if it's worth the $4 or not, and you're about to tell me the fucking history of the beans that they used. Anyway, our first stop is McDonald's, which, funny enough, does not have a vegetarian option. Emma Chamberlain learned this firsthand when she went up and asked for a vegetarian burger, a veggie burger, and they were like, yeah, we don't have that. In order to properly pay homage to Emma Chamberlain's video, I am at McDonald's. I'm pulling in now. I am going to get myself a cheeseburger with no patty, and we'll see how that goes.
Hi, may I take your order? May I also interest you in the Little Mac or Double Big Mac today?
No thank you, but it's good to know that those are back on the menu. Can I get a cheeseburger with no patty, please? And a large Coke? Oh, sorry.
Alright, large Coke.
And then can I also get an Egg McMuffin with no ham and a hash brown, please? Emma Chamberlain did not have a plan B for when she realized that McDonald's does not have a veggie burger. So instead, she asked the nice lady at the drive-thru what she could get that's the closest thing to a veggie burger, and the girl replied, a cheeseburger with no patty, which we have here, I think. Yeah, which we have here. Cheeseburger, no meat. I'll open this up for you, and it's just, it's just cheese, and there's a bit of, lettuce or something on here. I don't think there's supposed to be lettuce on this thing, but we're going to give this a go. Oh, and immediately there's pickles in it, and I don't like pickles. I mean, it's bread. I'm realizing now that a lot of the flavor of a cheeseburger is just ketchup and pickles and cheese. Like, the texture is completely wrong here because there's no burger, but the flavors aren't bad. Anyway, that's not the best. But to be fair, it's not supposed to be the best. It's supposed to have meat on it. And as any vegetarian would tell you, you don't make vegetarian food by taking normal food and removing the meat. The meat serves too many purposes in terms of texture, sometimes saltiness, a lot of times flavor and fat. You can't just take out all of that, keep the bread and cheese, and call it vegetarian. Poor choice. What I would get if I was going to go to McDonald's and I wasn't allowed to get meat, right? I need to get a vegetarian thing. And I'm sure Emma Chamberlain only didn't touch on this because it's not technically a veggie burger. But neither is that, to be fair, right? I would get an Egg McMuffin, right? These guys normally come with a slice of ham, which I've gotten used to not getting because my family doesn't eat ham. So very often for breakfast, we would get this, which is an egg, cheese on a toasted McMuffin. You can actually add a hash brown to this guy for the full breakfast texture bomb. And then you've got this egg, cheese, hash brown McMuffin. This is probably the best vegetarian option that you're going to have at McDonald's until they do a veggie burger. Oh, it's hot. Oh, so hot. Okay, mouth burns aside. This shit slaps. The egg is rich. The cheese is creamy. It's not just one soft texture all the way because of the hash brown. It's hot. It's crispy. The McDonald's burger with no patty. I feel like that's a 0. Okay, that's not a vegetarian option. That's removing meat from a meat option, and it's not good. That's a 0. This guy, however, I would unironically eat. I would obviously prefer it to have a patty of sausage. To add that little bit of breakfast spiciness or whatever it is. But, you know, for what it is, it's solid. You know, you need something. The premise of this is that you're a vegetarian and you need to quickly grab something to eat at a fast food place. What place has the best food that isn't shit? This is far from shit. This, large Coke, excellent combo. I have to not eat this whole thing because we have a lot more food to get to. All right, take 2. There happens to be, very close to this McDonald's, a Taco Bell, which I don't believe Emma Chamberlain took the time to address. Taco Bell, given that they have an excellent selection of beans and cheese, actually has a respectable vegetarian-friendly menu, for the most part. A lot of their foods you actually can remove the meat from. And it still works as a, not authentic, but, you know, it's like a food in Mexican culture. Quesadillas, bean and cheese burritos. That's all like legitimate food in Spanish culture. So, you know, why would it not work here? So we're going to give it a go. I want to get the nacho fries, but the fries are vegetarian at any place, so that's a different conversation.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
Good, what can I get for you?
Can I get a bean and cheese burrito and a quesadilla with no meat, just the quesadilla? A cheese quesadilla, but can I also get the sauce that you put on the steak quesadillas?
Yeah.
Cool.
It comes with the sauce.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that please.
Anything else?
That's all.
All right, your total is $5.17.
Thank you.
No problem.
I thought the sauce that they put on the quesadillas was only for the steak one. But no, it's just quesadilla sauce.
Would you like any sauce?
No, thank you. I know that makes me weird, but I don't do any of the hot sauces at Taco Bell. Actually, for the most part, I like the way they taste, but I don't know, opening every little packet, squirting it onto every bite of the burrito. It's something I did in high school, but that's not who I am now. So we're at the Taco Bell. Taco Bell, like I said, has some, I wouldn't say legitimate vegetarian food options, but they have food that I don't really think is going to miss the meat that you're removing from it. So first off, we have the bean and cheese burrito, which is not something that has meat removed from it. I used to eat these all the time because the Taco Bells back in the day, maybe they still do this, they had this little coin operated thing where you would stick a coin in it and there was a bunch of plastic fins and there was a small one at the bottom. And if you could shimmy your coin all the way down to the bottom, you would get a free bean and cheese burrito. And these guys are like 80 cents otherwise, or I think I have the, no, I don't have the receipt, but it's tortillas, it's beans, it's cheese. It costs nothing, and the fact that you're getting it from a fast food place means that it's incredibly cheap. Like, quality-wise, I mean. So, let's give this guy a go. Try and squeeze some of the beans up to the top so you can see, but I mean, yeah. Frijoles, amigo. Más bueno. Pollo pero rica. Anyway. It's not bad. I think in a pinch, if you needed to vegetarian that shit, I don't think you would be upset with that. It tastes like beans. It tastes like tortillas. They're pretty filling per dollar. Because these guys are only like $1 each, like you can get 3 of those, you'd be done. That being said, I don't think you would want 3 bean and cheese burritos, because that's a lot of fucking beans and cheese. Anyway, the second option is this. Cheese quesadilla. These guys are $3. Definitely on the more expensive end of things. But the combination of cheese and the sauce that they put on this guy, oh god, look at that stretch. I don't know what the sauce is that they put on this. I thought it was for the steak, but it's just for the quesadillas. Tanginess, a little bit of sour, rich, creamy. There's 2 cheeses. I'm seeing yellow and white cheese in these guys. These are crazy. I get these all the time at Taco Bell. I'm not a big fan of Taco Bell, as you guys remember from my fast food tier review. I gave it like a D. So this quesadilla here, and like some of the loaded grillers and the chalupas are like all I get here. And I know that's weird because a lot of Taco Bell's menu is really just the same thing repackaged in different ways, but I don't know, man. It's just, I don't like the stuff where the whole texture is just one thing. I don't know. Anyway, that's not the reason that we're here. Taco Bell, respectable. Anyway, I got to start scoring these things. For Taco Bell, the bean and cheese burrito, I'd say is a 5. That's like a true neutral vegetarian thing. I think if you're a vegetarian, you'll enjoy it, but it's not great. And I think if you're a meat eater, it's okay, but it's not great, right? I don't think one way or the other. The cheese quesadilla here, I think, is an 8, though. I think as a meat eater, you're really going to like it because that sauce takes it over the top. And I think as a vegetarian, you're really going to like it because that sauce takes it over the top. And the flavor is unique. You're not going to make a cheese quesadilla at home that's going to taste like this. It's going to taste like cheese and it's going to taste like butter, which is great. But you're not going to get that tangy, sort of ranchy flavor that you get from the Taco Bell one, because the Taco Bell one has fucking quesadilla sauce on it. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong side of my phone. I'm not used to this. Anyway, let's move on. This is probably a good time to remind everybody that I hate Subway. Subway, in my opinion, has absolutely no redeeming qualities. You're making sandwiches. It's the simplest thing in the world, and yet they don't taste great. They taste gross. They taste watery. They're not good. However, I have to give them a legitimate chance here because they have a veggie patty. So far at McDonald's, we've been doing alternatives to meat. You know, they don't have a veggie burger. Taco Bell doesn't have like a vegetarian like meat substitute or any of that. However, Subway does have a veggie patty, a legitimate alternative to the meat that they offer there. So I'm gonna go and get a Subway sandwich for the first time in a very long time. Subway acquired. No easy feat, I will remind you. I go into the place and I ask for a vegetarian sandwich, and the guy starts putting it together from what I assume is normally, because, I don't know. And the dude's he's like, do you want it toasted? I'm like, yeah, and he just throws the fucking bread in the toaster. And then I'm like, yeah, lettuce, onions. And then I'm like, hey, doesn't one of these vegetarian patties go on this thing? And he was like, oh, you wanted the veggie patty? I thought you just wanted vegetarian. So I just started throwing vegetables on a fucking sandwich bread. And I was like, no, that's not what I want. I didn't know that's what I implied, but okay, whatever. So they toasted the thing separately. Anyway, my point is I don't know how to order at Subway, and that's probably my fault. But we're going to give it a go, and we're going to see how it is. We're going to try the shroom burger at Shake Shack, because I see it. It's one big, I'm guessing, fried mushroom portobello on a burger, and I love Shake Shack, but it's mostly because they're smash burgers, so I'm really wondering if it's going to ruin Shake Shack for me. And then finally, and of course, we're going to try the Impossible Whopper. I've never had Impossible meat. I'm actually a pretty big fan of the Whopper. It's usually something I get as like a pattern interrupt. I've been eating McDonald's 6 times that week. I need something else, and so I end up getting the Impossible Whopper. So this is a 6-inch Subway sandwich with the vegetarian patty, see if I can give you guys a shot there. Vegetarian patty. There's onions and lettuce and mayonnaise, because that's really all I get on a normal Subway sandwich. So you can see the patty sort of folded up there. That's because the guy added it last. I'll stop knocking him for that. Let's give this a go. Ugh. I was gonna say, so far it's not offensive, but the texture of the patty really is just sort of like onions, and I see corn, I see carrots. I don't know, man. So here's the thing, right? I think everything that I don't like about that sandwich has to do with what I don't like about Subway sandwiches, rather than anything about the vegetarian patty itself. I don't like that it's unevenly toasted, and that's because they cut it like a bunch of dumbasses. The pepper jack cheese completely disappears into the thing. The lettuce is overwhelming, which is why 9 times out of 10 I actually don't get vegetables with my Subway sandwich. Yeah, it's just not great. I don't think the fact that it's a vegetarian patty takes away from it at all. I would have preferred it to have like Philly cheesesteak or turkey or something, but it doesn't, but that's whatever. That's just, a meat preference. But it's not bad because it's vegetarian. It's bad because it's Subway. So for that, I'm going to give Subway a 5. I think if you like Subway, you're not going to be offended by this vegetarian thing. I think if you hate Subway, no way in hell is this going to redeem it for you. I think that's how it works out. So, okay, next stop is Shake Shack. We're going to try a shroom burger. I left my tripod in the car because Shake Shack is on like the 3rd floor of the local mall, but I wanted you guys to see just how cool the Shake Shack is. They've got this whole little outdoor area, and then this is to get back into the mall. I'm on like the 2nd or 3rd floor here, so we're gonna wait for them to make my shroom burger, and then we're gonna see what a fried mushroom filled with cheese on a burger tastes like. Shake Shack had me shook. Not really, but that should really be one of their marketing slogans. Anyway, if you guys remember my tier list video for the millionth time, Shake Shack, I'm pretty sure I gave an S tier, or a double S tier, because I had a stupid tier list. But I gave it the highest accolades because I fucking love smash burgers. They're excellent. Shake Shack's vegetarian option, however, is a portobello mushroom that has been stuffed with cheese and then deep fried. So it is a legitimate vegetarian alternative. It's not some half-ass stuff. It's still on the delicious, the delicious bread that they like to use. I don't remember what side of the phone the camera's on, but this is a cheese-stuffed giant mushroom that's been deep fried. We're gonna give it a go. Oh, that's kind of insane. It's even crispier than the burgers, because obviously this has batter and is deep fried, and the burgers are just like smashed or whatever. It's crazy crunchy. Had a bit of cheese overflow there, if you can see. There's a lot of cheese, and the cheese is really flavorful. Like, it tastes like something. But the texture is what's, like, insane here. The bread is so soft as usual, but the mushroom patty is so crunchy. Wow. I was not expecting that to be so good. It's like $8. So, like, as far as fast food goes, that's pretty expensive. If you get one of the bigger burgers at McDonald's, you're also looking at $6, $7, $8. But I'd put that up with the quesadilla. I would give both of those 8s and 9s. We're going to see whether or not it's possible that the Impossible Whopper could possibly fill my mouth with something other than meat. And me be able to tell. Possibly. Alright, so last but certainly not least is to get the vegetarian burger at Burger King. Now this guy is a bit unique in that this is the only one of the things that we've gotten so far that is literally trying to replace meat. It is trying to be better than meat, or at the very least, an adequate substitute for meat. Can I get an Impossible Whopper with no tomatoes and a large Coke, please?
Impossible Whopper, no tomato, and a large Coke.
So with a medium drink, the Impossible Whopper comes out to exactly $9, which means the burger itself is probably right around $7 or $8, which is par for the course comparing it to the Shake Shack shroom burger. Dude, the guy in front of me must have ordered a fucking horse or something, man. This is taking forever. Fast food. More like, man, I wish it was faster. Food. Dude, this guy in front of me just paid in cash at a drive-thru. Are you a psychopath? Why would you do that? Have to scoop out fucking coins to your fucking... Oh my god. So if there was any situation in the world where you want to be using a credit card, it's at the drive-thru.
It's at 5.
The sun ever so slightly out of my face. Holy fuck. Okay. Last but not least, the Burger King Impossible Whopper. Again, the only thing on this list that is trying to go toe-to-toe with its meat counterpart and is not just like an alternative. This is supposed to be a legitimate substitution. Now, it looks like a Whopper. Okay. No complaints there. It smells off. It doesn't smell exactly like a Whopper. It kind of smells like... it just smells off. Like maybe you just took this out of the microwave or something. Or maybe it's somebody else's Whopper and you just feel weird about like, oh, I didn't order this. That's kind of weird. But I think enough to say it looks convincing. There's tomatoes on it, despite the fact that I said no tomatoes, but it's all on the other side. So let's give this a go. It's lacking in that flame grilled flavor, that sort of very uniquely Burger King taste that their burgers have because they're like broiled or whatever. And the fact that it's a lot less fatty, I think, is a dead giveaway that it's a plant-based burger. I would not go as far as to say that I wouldn't be able to tell that this is meat, which is what a lot of people say. I don't think that's true. I think if we were in a situation where you told me this was a Whopper, or I had any inclination that there was a chance that this could be vegetarian, the fact that it's way sweeter than a normal burger, and the fact that it's not greasy or oily at all, I think is a dead giveaway that this is a plant-based burger. Not in a bad way, though. I wouldn't get it again just because it's more expensive, but I think if the plant-based burgers were less expensive, I think that'd be a viable option. It's a Whopper. It's moderately tasty. So I give this a 7. So, the Impossible Whopper, I think a little bit overhyped. I think if you're in the mood for a burger and you're a vegetarian and you haven't had beef in forever, this is probably pretty damn close to you. But as somebody who eats beef, specifically fast food beef burgers like 2 to 5 times a week, obviously I can tell the difference between this and a normal beef burger. And I think if you eat at McDonald's and Burger King pretty frequently, you'd be able to tell that this was plant-based as well. If you want to try vegetarian stuff, the breakfast option that I showed you at McDonald's, a lot of the cheese-based stuff at Taco Bell, super accessible, super tasty. And if you get the chance, the shroom burger at Shake Shack is probably something worth trying at least once. I thought the cheese was a little bit overwhelming, but if you're into nice flavorful cheeses, that could be your fucking thing, dude, because that burger is really well put together. Yeah, anyway, I don't know what I'm calling this. Thanks for sticking around. There's almost definitely going to be more food-based car vlogs on my channel going forward, so hopefully you guys enjoy this one, because there will probably be more of those. But until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.